So the question is, what do I do when my customers won't pay me? The first thing to realize is that giving somebody a credit term to say, I'll do this for you if you pay me in 30 days or 60 days or whatever it may be, is not a right. It is a privilege. Think about all the other stores that you go to. Every major store has a sticker price and you need to pay before you can take the item. However, in business, there's this poor assumption that you need to extend credit terms to your customers. It's perhaps you're trying to seek business, perhaps you're trying to secure a client. However, extending those credit terms is not a right, it is a privilege. Before you begin your business, you need to consider very strongly and for a while and really think about it, do you want to extend credit? The reason being is when you think about most businesses, they purchase a product, they improve it in some way, or they take risk by purchasing many, and then they sell it at a markup. If you sell your product and don't get paid for 30 days and you sell everything, then you have no money and no product to sell. You've spent all your money to purchase your inventory, you've sold it all, but now you haven't been paid. So you would have to then go and get a line of credit or a loan to purchase more inventory to then sell, and eventually you'll start getting paid from the people who purchased your product. However, then you need to pay the bank back and you're looking at paying interest. If you just collect payment up front, well, then every time you sell your inventory, you collect cash and you can invest that into purchasing more inventory. So that's the issue with giving people those credit terms, with having an accounts receivable. Every business has ways to be creative and not get accounts receivable. I guarantee you, no matter what your business is, there are ways to avoid accounts receivable. There are ways to make sure that you have different credit terms. Or if you need to, get creative. Tell a client that you'll sell them a certain product at X if they pay up front, or X if X plus a premium if they want a credit term. Because when you think about it, if they don't agree to it up front, whenever you assign those finance charges for late accounts receivable, they're never really paid. I've seen it so many times where those are just written off because the customer doesn't pay them. So before you extend credit terms to somebody, make sure you've really thought about it. Are you doing it out of desperation for clients, in which case that's a whole other thing to consider? Or are you doing it because you've given them that privilege consciously? So keep those things in mind. You don't have to extend credit terms. And especially when you're in a cash type business, credit terms can really start to hurt because then you're going to begin losing those profits to the bank. And we don't want to do that.